we're just going to see, okay, section 17. Before going to section 17, in input tax credit, okay, input tax credit, okay, this is the second part, okay. Input tax credit la first one section 16 நம்ம பார்த்தாச்சு. Section 16 already what we are trying to explain now. Okay, I just make it a small breakup. Okay, first one பார்த்தீங்கன்னா subject, that is he should be a registered person. Number two, section 749, subject to section 49. Next one, it should be further to the business or intend to be used in the business. Okay. Number two, such document shall be received. Okay, document shall received under section 31. Okay, next one பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, okay, number two வந்து, okay, he has to receive the goods. Okay, he has to receive the goods. Okay, next, நம்ம ஜாப் ஒர்க்ல சில விஷயங்கள் பார்ப்போம் இந்த ரிசீவ்டு கூட்ஸ்லயும். ஓகே, வில் சி லேட்டர். ஓகே, ரிசீவ்டு கூட்ஸ் வந்து direction, subject to direction also it is received goods. Okay, subject to direction also it is what, received goods. We also seen transit loss. Okay, and transit loss, and number two வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா process lost. Okay, process loss you are eligible for ITC. Transit loss you are not eligible for ITC. For abnormal loss, normal loss you can eligible for ITC. Okay, right. So next one, 180 days condition we have to see. Okay, it is not applicable to schedule 1 cases. Okay, next one, okay, the supplier shall make a payment to the government, and he also furnish the return. Okay, also furnish the return. Okay, if it is not there and all, we have seen that in the earlier scenarios earlier. Okay, right. So now we are going, this is the condition and applicability for section 16. Okay, and also you have to see rule 36 4, that is what, 2A plus 20 percentage. Okay, so 2A plus 20%, but restricted to ITC. Okay, availed. Okay, that we already seen, right? Now we're going to see section 17, nothing but blocked credit. Okay, now section 17 is just talking about what, blocked credit. Okay, next one, there is apportionment of credit or blocked credit. Okay, next one, apportionment of credit or block credit. So what is this apportionment of credit and block credit, Patana? Okay, so here before going to this we have to understand that. Okay, so your credit is okay, I have ITC. Okay, if I'm using the raw material for my taxable supply, in the sense, okay, I can take full ITC. There is no restriction at all. For example, I purchase a raw material, I'm using the raw material for my taxable goods. Okay, I'm eligible to take full ITC. If certain goods which I taken as ITC, okay, were eligible for ITC, where it is used for both what, taxable services as well as exempt services, taxable services as well as exempt services. Now you have to go by section 17. You have to go by section 7. You have to go by section 17. Number 2, if you're using such input or that all input on goods, input there is on input on goods, input on services, or input on input tax on capital goods now. Okay, on such scenarios, okay, such scenarios, if you see in that all these three, okay, if you're using for business purpose as well as my personal purpose, okay, for my both business purpose as well as my personal purpose now, then I am subject to section 17. Again, I am subject to what, section 17. Okay, so we have to go by section 17. Okay, wow. So before going to section 17, okay, in that section 17 we are going to see section 17.5. Okay, already I just trying to explain what, okay, if I'm fully utilized for that is, if this input tax, okay, it is fully used only for taxable supply or zero rated supply. Taxable supply or zero rated supply. Zero rated supply பொறுத்தவரைக்கும் பாத்தீங்கன்னா, it is nothing but, okay, supply to SEZ or export. Supply to SEZ or export, you are fully eligible for ITC. Okay, if you supply for, okay, what, two scenarios. Number one, taxable supply plus exempt supply, then you have to go by section 17. Okay, if your that supply is used for business purpose plus personal purpose, then you have to go by section 17. Then you have to go by section 17. Okay, so this is, one second, this is subject to section 17.1. This is subject to section 17.2. Okay, this is subject to what? Section 17.2. Okay, and if your certain supply, if you used for my, okay, used for, okay, you're paying tax. You're paying tax under reverse charge mechanism. We already seen that under reverse charge mechanism. Okay, subject to sale of securities. Okay, or sale of land. Okay, sale of land. Okay, this is subject to reverse charge mechanism under that particular scenario is land, that is FSI, அதெல்லாம் பார்த்தோம்ல அந்த scenarios where the promoter has been paying such scenarios. Okay, in such scenarios he is not eligible for this particular category alone. Okay, so here, okay, in this three category, okay, before going to this, okay, we first will understand certain topics. Okay, then we'll come back to this particular topic. Okay, so okay, first we have to understand section 17.5, okay, which is fully ineligible input. Okay, which is fully ineligible input. So first we'll see fully ineligible input, then we'll come back one by one, how to proportionate that input tax. Okay, subject to section 17, subject to rule 42. Okay, subject to rule 42, that we'll discuss later point of view. Okay, first we'll see ineligible credit. Okay, subject to what? Section 17. Okay, 17.5, 17.5. Okay, this is ineligible credit. Okay, so ITC is not availed. ITC is not allowed for this following scenarios. Okay, number. I just divide this scenarios in various scenarios. First, we'll see motor vehicle. First, we'll see what? Motor vehicle. Okay, if it talks about motor vehicles, okay, so here such motor vehicle, for example, car, okay, two-wheeler. Okay, I'm just giving some example. Okay, some Tata Sumo. Okay, so where here the seating capacity is less than 13. The seating capacity is how much? Less than 13. So here you cannot avail ITC. Okay, here you cannot avail what? ITC. No ITC. Okay, for example, I'm running a business called as trading business. I purchase a car. I paid a ITC on such car. Whether I'm eligible for ITC, I'm not eligible for ITC on such car. Okay, this is number one. Okay, number two, if such motor vehicle, okay, if it is more than 13, that is that means more than 13, otherwise more than 14 will put. Okay, more than 14, it includes 14. Okay, more than or equal to 14, more than or equal to 14. Okay, then it is eligible for input. It is eligible for ITC. Okay, so here they're talking about what? Transport that is where the seating capacity, if it is less than 30, you're not eligible for ITC. If seating capacity is more than 13, that is means more than 14, more than or equal to 14, then you're eligible for ITC. Okay, you purchase a bus. Okay, you purchase a bus for transporting. Okay, for transporting such scenarios. Okay, in such scenario, whether you are eligible or not eligible, yes, you are very much eligible. Okay, right. Next, suppose if this motor vehicle, okay, so in the condition we're just going to see exception. Aதாவது you can avail ITC. Exception for not availing ITC. Okay, not ITC. So that means what? You can avail ITC. I'm just making it another way. Okay, that means what? For this exception, okay, suppose you can avail ITC if you use that. Okay, if you use that such motor vehicle, okay, for further supply. For what? Further supply. For example, I'm running a catering business. Okay, I'm running a catering business. I buy a tempo. I purchased a tempo, which the tempo is used for my supplying food. Okay, because I'm using such tempo for my supplying food. Okay, in such cases, whether I'm eligible for this ITC on this tempo, yes, you are eligible to go on ITC on such tempo. Okay, I'm being a run. I'm that is I'm running a business called as running on hire. okay, of my motor vehicle, running on hire on motor vehicle. I purchase motor vehicle. Okay, I'm paying tax on services. I'm paying tax on services. Okay, in such cases, when I'm paying tax on services, okay, on this motor vehicle, it has been used for my business. Okay, hence I'm very much eligible for ITC. Okay, it should be used directly for such business. Okay, it should be used directly for such business. Number three, if I'm buying this motor vehicle, okay, for transport of passengers, for transport of passengers. Okay, I'm doing what? Transport of passengers. Okay, I'm running a business which has been subject to what? Transport of passengers. Here also I'm eligible for ITC. Eligible for ITC. Next, I purchased this motor vehicle. Okay, for there is like I'm running a driving school. Okay, I'm running a driving school. For giving the, I'm already registered on the GST. So for running this driving school, I'm collecting the fees from the students. Okay, in such cases, okay, this motor vehicle is eligible for ITC. So number one, when it is eligible, if it is more than 14 passengers vehicles, more than 14 passengers, 14% seating capacity. Number two, okay, it has been subject to what? Okay, subject to what? Making for the taxable supply. Okay, number number three, eligible ITC. I'm talking about eligible ITC. If you are doing for transportation of passengers, or if you are giving such scenarios for training or driving, okay, driving, you're running a training or driving school, that is you are eligible for ITC. Okay, this is number one. So hence, motor vehicle, if it is less than 13 passengers, okay, you are not eligible for ITC. If it is more than 13 for 14 members, you are eligible for ITC, and other scenarios we have seen. Right. Next, number two, aircraft and vessels. First one we are talking about what? Motor vehicles. Motor vehicles and the condition on 13 passengers, less than 13 passengers, now you are not eligible. Okay, you are not eligible. So இங்க அந்த condition கிடையாது. Okay, if you are purchasing vessels or aircraft, okay, except, for example, okay, Reliance, Mukesh Ambani, okay, Mukesh Ambani, okay, he purchased, okay, what? Aircraft. Okay, for his personal travel, for his what? Personal travel, for his business purpose. Okay, is whether he's eligible for this aircraft? Is not eligible for aircraft. So Mukesh Ambani purchased a vessel. Okay, he just have a private ship. Okay, for traveling one place to another place. So this also is not eligible for ITC. Okay, even for business purpose or any other purpose, this is not eligible for ITC. For example, okay, if a shipping company, okay, if a shipping company purchase a vessel, they paid the GST on such vessel. Okay, whether they eligible for ITC? Yes, they very much eligible for ITC. Okay, Jet Airways. Okay, they purchase an aeroplane. They paid what? GST on such purchase on aircraft. Okay, whether they eligible for ITC? Yes, whether they are eligible for GST. Okay, and they eligible for ITC. Right. So if I'm using for my business purpose, which is not relates to this following activities, except what? Number one, for making, okay, further supply, for making what? Further supply. Number two, for example, I purchase aircraft. Okay, I'm doing some other additional activities. There is, I'm doing like a job work. Again, I just sending this aircraft now, then very much eligible for ITC, very much eligible for ITC. It is also further supply. Okay, next, transport of passengers, transport of passengers. For example, transport of passengers, which is subject to what? Okay, your Jet Airways, etc., etc. Okay, so in that example, you can take such scenarios. Okay, number three, they're giving impacting. There is imparting of training. Okay, they're giving out training or navigating with such vessels. Okay, that they're giving out such training. Now, that is also eligible for ITC. Is very much eligible for ITC. Right. Next one, transport of goods. Ship, if it is used for transportation of goods, that is also eligible for ITC. Okay, that is also eligible for ITC. Right. So here, this that is sorry. Number two, okay. So this is all about on aircraft. Okay, transportation of goods is the second point. Okay, which is also eligible for ITC. Okay, which is also eligible for ITC. Okay. So here also with vessels. Okay, they are eligible for ITC, right? So this is number 2. Number 3, services, repairs and maintenance. Okay, towards vessels, towards aircraft, towards motor vehicles. Okay, which has been mentioned in above. Okay, they are not eligible for ITC. For example, I paid insurance. Okay, this is already ineligible. Okay, this is already ineligible. If I paid insurance on motor vehicles or vessels or aircraft, that is also ineligible. If I'm doing R&M, repairs and maintenance services, okay, that is also not eligible. Yet they're talking about services. If it is goods, eligible. If it is goods, it was eligible. Okay, because they use the word called as what? Services. Okay, it is ineligible. If it is goods, it is what? Eligible. Clear? Right. Next. Okay. Next. Okay. So the above insurance, services, and R&M, repairs and maintenance. Okay, towards aircraft, ships, or vessels. Okay, or motor vehicles. Okay, where you can eligible. Okay, if it is subject to the eligible criteria. If it's subject to the eligible criteria, already we have seen a further supply. Okay, we have seen what? Transportation of passengers. Okay, we also seen what? That is training and training and driving. Okay, in such cases, it is already eligible for ITC, and this activity is also eligible for ITC. This activity is also eligible for ITC. To summarize this, okay, if it is ineligible, okay, motor vehicle ineligible, motor aircraft ineligible, motor services. If you are taking any additional services, for example, insurance services or repairs and maintenance, that is also ineligible. If it is eligible motor vehicles, where input tax credit can be eligible on such motor vehicles or that is ship or aircraft. Okay, where it has been used for passenger transport of passengers, transportation of goods, or transportation of okay, giving training or for the purpose of driving in the sense. Okay, such is already are eligible for ITC, and service activities also eligible for ITC. To summarize this, okay, this is all about okay number 1, topic number 1. Topic number 2. Okay, topic number 2, food and beverages. Okay, I'm going to restaurant, I'm taking a food. Okay, whether I'm eligible for ITC? No, I'm not eligible for ITC. Okay, number 2, outdoor catering. Okay, so for example, in my office, I'm running a that is I just giving a Friday lunch. Okay, every Friday I just used to keep a lunch. Okay, I'm not collecting any fees from any person. I'm giving a fees. That is, I'm paying what that paying the catering charges. Here it is not eligible for ITC. Okay, this is not eligible for ITC. Okay, so not eligible for ITC, right? Number 3, beauty treatment. Number 3, what? Beauty treatment. For example, okay, Mukesh Ambani, okay, he just going to do some beauty treatment, okay, for his activities. Okay, whether such beauty treatment is eligible for ITC? No, such beauty treatment is not eligible for ITC. For example, okay, if an artist, okay, the person who is acting drama, etc., etc., okay, you want to change small scenarios in his nose, or you want to just put the skin. Okay, I heard about Samantha. Okay, she just changed some nose. She also changed some nose plastic surgery, etc., etc. Some beautician treatment. Okay, whether such beautician treatment is eligible for ITC, because it is already said that it is a taxable services. Okay, it is a taxable services. When you pay GST on such taxable services, whether he is eligible for ITC? Yes, he is very much eligible for ITC, because he is using for his business. Okay, for his business. Okay, it is part of his activities. Hence, he is eligible for ITC. Okay, next. Okay, leasing, renting. Okay, leasing and renting. Okay, of motor vehicles. Okay, or motor vehicles, vessels, okay, or aircraft, okay, which has been mentioned, which is an ineligible asset, okay, which has been mentioned already. Okay, if I'm doing any activities, any services on such services also, it is also not eligible for ITC. It is also not eligible for ITC. So this item is not eligible for ITC. Suppose if this item are provided by way of composite supply or provided by way of mixed supply, provided by way of composite supply, then it is eligible for ITC. For example, I'm giving a training program to you all. Okay, I'm running a training program. Okay, I'm collecting fees of rupees 1000 plus GST of the 180, 1180. Okay, so I'm collecting fees of rupees 1180. I am okay arranging food. Okay, through a catering services. Okay, arranging a food through a catering services. This is for staff. Okay, this is for this training program. So here principal supply in a training program. Additional supply in a that what food and beverages or catering services. Food and beverage or catering services. Okay. So here for this food and beverages and catering services, whether it is eligible for ITC, yes, is eligible for ITC subject to this condition. Subject to this condition is eligible for ITC. Okay. So if this training program is a principal supply, this is the additional supply now. Okay, additional supply which is also subject to training supply, principal supply. Okay, when any tax which has been paid on this particular services, it is also eligible for ITC. It is also eligible for ITC. I'm providing a Friday lunch. Okay, to my staff, it is not eligible. If I'm providing a training program where I'm collecting GST, for that I'm paying what composite by way of arranging food also, transport, etc., etc. That is also eligible for ITC. Clear? This is number 2. Okay, this is number 2. Right? Number 3. Okay, if fees, okay, which is liable under GST, okay, right to admission or which has been we are talking about under supply. Okay, it is subject to our business, hence it is liable for business. If membership fees paid for club, paid for fitness center, okay, paid for club, paid for fitness center, paid for health service, health. Okay, whether it is eligible for ITC, no ITC. You are not eligible for ITC. Okay, so this is all not eligible for ITC. Okay, number 4. Okay, number 4. Okay, right. So when you're talking to next one, number 4 on the travel benefits. Okay, see here, enjoyed by the employee. Okay, as a leave travel assistance, LTA. Not all travel, because other travels because of business purpose, it is eligible. Okay, if we avail for the leave travel, not eligible by the employer. Okay, by the employer it is not eligible. Leave travel alone it is not eligible. Other travel benefits, that is other business travels or any other travels, it is eligible for ITC. Clear? Right. Next, number 5, work contract. Okay, work contract. Again, we are making into 2 scenarios: for building, for plant and machinery. Okay. Okay, I'm doing a construction services as a building or plant and machinery. Okay, erections for this and this, purchasing materials, like cement, steel, okay, and others. Okay, year and year. Okay, number 4 on the any other items. Okay, any other supply year and year. Okay, in such cases, okay, okay, what I'm sure. Okay, if it is for building, okay, if it is for building, not eligible. If it is for plant and machinery, eligible. Meaning, okay, I'm constructing a factory. Okay, while constructing the factory, okay, I'm constructing the building for that factory. I'm using construction services. I'm using what construction services. I'm purchasing cement. I'm purchasing steel. I'm purchasing hardware material. Okay, hardware material, because work contract include both goods plus services. Okay, I'm purchasing all these activities. Okay, for this particular building. Okay, for this particular building. So here, whether I'm eligible for ITC, I'm not eligible for ITC. I'm not eligible for ITC. If the same scenario, if I purchase for plant and machinery, if the same scenario which has been purchased for plant and machinery, okay, again, I'm doing what construction services. I purchase a big machine. Okay, purchase a big machine. Okay, so robotic machine or what are the machine? Okay, most of the industry you might be seeing that robotic machine. Okay, for that you need to construction services. You have to put a proper basement. You have to put a proper scenarios. Okay, so proper basement is more enough. Number two, okay, you need, okay, to purchase steel. Okay, all materials. Okay, all equipments, etc., etc. When you're purchasing this, all these scenarios for the purpose of machineries, for the purpose of installing and commissioning of machineries, okay, here very much eligible on this cement, sorry, on this steel, on this hardware material, okay, any on this construction services, everything is eligible for ITC. Is eligible for what? ITC. Okay, so if it is using for building, is not eligible. If it is using for the plant and machinery, okay, it is very much eligible for ITC. Okay, it is very much eligible for ITC. Okay, if it is for immovable property, okay, immovable property with regards to the land and building, etc., etc. If it is used for plant and machinery, it is very much, okay, eligible for what? Input tax credit. Okay, number two, when you're seeing this, okay, you also need to understand. Okay, I got a construction services. I got a construction services where, okay, the recipient, okay, he constructing the building, this person is not eligible for ITC. This person is not eligible for ITC. I am doing a construction services because I am going to raise a bill, okay, 10 lakhs plus 18 percentage. Okay, 10 lakhs plus 18% because the contract value is 10 lakhs and 18% is 11 lakhs plus 11 lakhs 80,000. Okay, on number one. Number two, in such cases, okay, in such cases, okay, so he giving a subcontract, he giving what? Some contract to Mr. A. Okay, so Mr. A is just getting a subcontract of rupees 2 lakhs. Okay, this person will raise a bill to Mr. This person is a Mr. B. Okay, he is Mr. C. Okay, so here this person is giving sub B is giving subcontract to A 2 lakhs plus 18 percentage is nothing but 36,000. This 30,000 36,000 is very much eligible by Mr. B. Okay, because he giving construction services and it is also furtherance to the business. It is also what? Furtherance to the business. To whom? Mr. A. Okay, sorry, Mr. B. Okay, Mr. B. So hence it is very much eligible for ITC by Mr. B. Okay, because this person is availing construction services from this person. Okay, for getting the services accordingly. So he is very much eligible to take what? ITC on such services. Clear? Right. So this is all about what? This is all about what? With regards to construction services. With regards to construction services, okay, or work contract services, okay, for immovable property. Okay, so whether it is doing for plant and machinery, it is eligible. Okay, if a contractor given to the subcontractor, this contractor also eligible. Okay, but the main person is not eligible for the building purpose. Okay, if it is run the such scenarios, is not eligible. Okay, so this is the main scenario we have to understand in this particular topic, right? Next, okay, next, if any goods, any supply, okay, goods or services received by composition levy, composition supplier. For example, I'm subject to composition supplier now. I'm not at all eligible for ITC for any purchase of any purchase, whether it is an input or capital goods or what services. Okay, for all these three, I'm not eligible for ITC. Even if I used for my business, even if I used for my business, because it's just going to pay in composite levy. Okay, it's just going to pay a composition levy. So you will pay what? Some 1 percentage or 5 percentage or 6 percentage. Okay, this we already discussed. Okay, just refer in that particular chapter. Okay, so refer in the particular chapter. We're not going in depth. Okay, so here if this person is not eligible for ITC, right? Next, already we are discussed under non-resident taxable person. Okay, under section 25 la, so 24 la. Okay, this person is liable for registration under section 24, but this person is not eligible to take ITC on purchase, on any purchase or received supply, okay, domestically. Okay, if you purchase, for example, Mr. A is a non-resident. Okay, he registered under non-resident taxable person under section 24. Okay, registered under section non-resident taxable person under section 24. When he talks about non-resident taxable person under section 24, okay, this person is already registered. He can avail only input on import of supply, import of services or goods. Okay, he can avail input on import of supply or services. He can avail ITC only on this. He cannot avail ITC on domestic purchase. Okay, cannot avail on domestic purchase. He cannot avail on domestic purchase. So he's ineligible to take on domestic purchase. Okay, this already we have been discussed. Except what imported from by him, that is eligible. If it is purchased domestically, it is not eligible. Okay, if inputs are used for personal purpose, personal purpose. Next point. Okay, so this is point number. Okay, this is point number 7, I think so. Okay, so this is point number 7. Okay, if it is used for personal purpose, not eligible. If it is used for only personal purpose, not eligible. Okay, next point number 8. Okay, if it is stolen or destroyed or given as a free sample, or given as a free sample, or okay, or it has been disposed, okay, or it has been disposed, where in the raw material are taken input, where in the raw material are taken input. Now you are ineligible for such ITC, so you have to reverse the ITC to such quantity or value, to such quantity or value. Okay, depends on the such value or quantity in such percentage. Okay, for example, I purchased 1 lakh rupees. Okay, out of this 1 lakh, 18,000 is my GST. So totally all 1 lakh 18,000. So here, while bringing the goods on transit, okay, some goods has been gone. So now remaining how much? 90,000. So on this 90,000, okay, on this 90,000 only are eligible for ITC. That means what? 1,800, 18,000 minus 1,800. 200. Okay, only I'm eligible for 16,200. Okay, so that means what? I have to reverse of 1,800. I have to reverse for 1,800 because this 10,000 is my loss. Okay, 10,000 is my loss or damage or whatever the case may be. For the 10,000, I am not eligible for ITC. Okay, this is the next scenarios. Okay, this is the next scenarios. Last, okay, if it is GST paid on account of fraud, okay, that person is paid on account of fraud, okay, on account of notice, on account of seizure, okay, on account of confiscation of goods, okay, where such person, that is the supplier, has been paid on account of this particular scenarios. Okay, the recipient is not eligible, not eligible for ITC. So here it is not eligible for ITC. Clear? So he is not eligible for ITC. This is all about section 17. This is all about section 17. I repeat, for the motor vehicles, if it talks about motor vehicles, okay, if it is less than 13 seat, okay, it is not eligible. If it is more than 13 seat, you can eligible for ITC. And other further supply, there is other scenarios you are eligible. Okay, number one, if it is used for the further supply, then you are eligible. Example, for example, I'm running a motor cab, okay, business, or driving school business, etc., etc. I'm not eligible for ITC. Transportation of passengers is eligible for ITC. Okay, if I'm using for, okay, training and driving school, that is also eligible for ITC. Okay, number two, vessels or aircraft. For example, if I'm using for my business purpose, which is not, okay, not in such scenarios, in this sense, that is not eligible for ITC. Okay, for example, I already said that Mukesh Ambani, he purchases aircraft for his personal, for his business travels. Okay, even though it is for the business travels, it's not eligible for ITC. If they're running as, for example, Spicer, whether they eligible, Spicer, they are eligible for ITC. Okay, right. In case of transportation of passenger, that is eligible for ITC. In case of training program or transportation of goods, also eligible for ITC. Same scenarios for services or, okay, for repairs or insurance. Okay, if it is ineligible asset, it is not. It is also ineligible. If it is eligible asset, it is also eligible for ITC. Okay. Next, we are seeing catering. Okay, and food and beverages, beauty treatment, health services, cosmetic, plastic surgery, etc. Okay, and health insurance, etc. If it is with regards to my further supply, it is eligible for ITC. Number two, if it is subject to composite supply, I already explained about the training program. Okay, I'm conducting in training program. I'm just arranging that food and beverages where I pay tax on food and beverages. Whether you're eligible for ITC? Yes, I'm very much eligible for ITC. Right. Next one, if I'm paying for the membership fees, okay, membership fees as a club, fitness center, etc., etc., that is not all. That is also not eligible. Then if I paid by the employee, okay, towards towards what this leave travel assistance, okay, that is ineligible. If it is for travel purpose, that is eligible for ITC because it is subject to the business purpose, hence it is eligible for ITC. Next, in case of work contract with regards to the immovable property subject to the building, okay, I'm constructing the building, okay, I'm not giving some work to the other persons, okay, here I'm going to enjoy that building, so I'm not eligible for ITC. If I'm going to use that such services or such services, such activities or such supply, okay, either by way of goods or services, by way of work contract, okay, if it is for plant and machinery, then I am eligible for ITC. Example, steel, construction services, okay, contract services, or some purchase of hardware material, etc., etc. If you're using for building, not eligible. If you're using for plan for some doing some activities with regards to my plant and machinery, I'm eligible for ITC. Next, if it talks about if I'm subject to compensation levy, I'm not eligible for ITC. Next one, if I'm using for my personal consumption, I'm not eligible for ITC. If I'm given by way of law, there is samples or the goods has been lost or destroyed or damaged, okay, in transit or whatever the case may be, okay, what are the ITC which has been already availed, that can be reversed accordingly. Okay, if I pay tax by way of fraud, notice, detention, etc., etc., that is also ineligible for ITC. Okay, so these items which are ineligible for ITC under section 7.5. So now we are understand section 7.5. Okay, so we already discussed about section, sorry, 17.5. Already discussed about 17.1, 17.2, and 17.3. Okay, 17.1, 17.2, and 17.3. Now we need to see rules. Okay, now we need to see what rules. Okay, 17.1. Okay, so here I'm using for both. Oh, I'm using for my personal purpose and for my business purpose. Personal as well as for my business. Here I'm using for my taxable supply and exempt supply. Taxable supply and exempt supply. Here it is subject to what? With regards to transaction of securities or construction of land and building. Okay, construction of land and building. Okay, next, here if I paid through RCM, that is also, this is not eligible for ITC. Okay, so here to refresh this, if I'm fully used for taxable supply, I'm fully eligible. If I'm used fully for exempt, okay, I'm fully ineligible. Okay, if it is subject to section 17.5, okay, subject to section 17.5, okay, even it is used for taxable supply, it is fully ineligible. Okay, not eligible. Okay, it is fully ineligible. Okay, so these two things are not eligible. Okay, next, if any input used for taxable supply and exempt supply or for business purpose or personal purpose, okay, in such scenarios you have to go by following way. Okay, it is following way. So in case of for business purpose and personal purpose, if it is partly used for business purpose and partly for personal purpose, it should be allocate in proportionate basis. Allocate in proportionate basis. That means what? It is restricted only to the business usage. It is restricted only for the business usage. It is not eligible for personal usage. Okay, that itself you are to going to stock. Now we just going to see the common credit. Common credit you are using for taxable supply as well as for my business exempt supply. Taxable supply here it is include what? Zero rated supply also. It is also include what? Zero rated supply also. Taxable supply it is also include what? Zero rated supply, because it is very much eligible. Here it is not eligible. Okay, I'm using the one more word here, taxable supply as well as what? Zero rated supply. Zero rated supply none is SEZ or for my export. Okay, then you are eligible for ITC, fully eligible for ITC. Right now, we are going to determine under Rule 42. You are going to determine under Rule 42. Okay, what is Rule 42? So you have to take, okay, particulars. Okay, so here value. Okay, here we're just going to see eligible or ineligible. Okay, here particulars. Total ITC. Okay, total ITC. Okay, on input and input services. We are just going to see only on input and input services. Capital goods we're just going to see later. Capital goods we're just going to see later. Okay. So here it is total ITC number 1. Number 2, fully eligible ITC. That is what I'm used fully for taxable supply. Okay, taxable supply. Okay, you have to reduce that. Okay, you have to reduce that. Okay, so you're fully eligible. Okay, you're what? Fully eligible. Number 3, again fully eligible. Okay, for SEZ or export. If you are selling, that is you are making for export or this scenario, that is that ITC also fully eligible. Okay, here also fully eligible. Okay, number 4. Okay, if it is ITC used fully ineligible assets, ineligible. Okay, sorry, fully used for non-taxable supply, fully used for non-taxable supply. Okay, that amount you have to reverse. That amount you have to reverse. Okay, here ineligible. Okay, now we are computing what? Common input. We are computing what? Computing of common input. Okay, common input. Number 5. Okay, if you see here, okay, number 5, if you see in here, okay, so this is number 4. Next, okay, subject to section 17(5). Subject to section 75, that motor vehicles, okay, aircraft, ships, vessels. Now we understand that the what is this under. Okay, so composite, that is your input on construction services. Okay, so composition levy person, etc., etc. This persons are not ineligible ITC. This ITC are not ineligible ITC. When you are reversing, you will be reserving what? So here 1 minus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. Okay, this both are eligible ITC. This both are ineligible ITC. So anyway, you have to reverse the total ITC for the determining what? Common input. For determining what? Common input. Okay. Once you determine the common input. Okay. Once you determine the common input. Okay. Where certain supply you are not able to proportion between the business purpose and there is non-business personal purpose, or in case if you're not able to differentiate between taxable supply and non-taxable supply, okay, you have to proportionate this common input. I'll use a word called as A. Okay, otherwise I use a word called as common input C. Okay, I'm using the word common input what? C. Okay, so this common input into, okay, total exempt supply. Okay, total turnover. Otherwise, you just put total turnover of exempt supply. Okay, அதாவது for example, your turnover is 1 crore. Out of this 1 crore, 80 lakhs belongs to taxable supply, 20 lakhs belongs to exempt supply. Okay, you know the differentiation. So you have to put what? 20 lakhs. Okay, divided by total turnover. Okay, here both exempt supply plus taxable supply plus zero rated supply. All supply shall be included. So divided by 100. Divided by what? 100 in our example. That means 1 crore. Okay, divided by 100 is 100 lakhs, 20 into the 20 lakhs. Okay, so C into the common input. Assume the common input is 1 lakh. Na 1 lakh into 20 divided by what? 100. What? Ineligible input evolve. Because exempt services can ineligible input evolve padina 20,000. Ineligible evolve 20,000. This is number 1. Okay, number 1. Clear? Right? I repeat, common input into total turnover of exempt supply divided by total turnover. Total turnover exempt supply plus taxable supply plus zero rate supply. It doesn't include reverse charge mechanism. Okay. So here in our example, total supply 1 crore, on the taxable supply 8 crores, 80 lakhs. Okay. And exempt supply 20 lakhs. Okay. Exempt supply 20 lakhs. So common input equal to 1 lakh into 20 divided by 100. Okay, so yeah, 20,000 is not eligible for ITC. Okay, this is number one. Number two. Okay, so this I am using the word called as D. This I am using the word called as D. Number two. Okay, number two. If I used for non-business purpose, used for non-business purpose, then such common input in our example C, okay, such common input shall be reduced by 5%, shall be reduced by 5%. That means, sorry, shall be multiplied by 5%. For example, in our example, common input is 1 lakh. 1 lakh into 5%, how much? 5,000. 1 lakh into 5,000, 5% equal to 5,000. Okay, this is ineligible. This is what? Ineligible. We make it a word called as D2. So now eligible input equal to, okay, அது எவ்வளோ 1 lakh. Okay, ineligible input D1 இது வந்து D2 போட்டுக்கணும். D1 எவ்வளோ? Because of that proportion basis 20,000 is ineligible, and D2 வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா if it is used for personal and business purpose na 5%, so 5,000, so totally eவ்வளோ 25,000. Okay, so this has been reduced from this 1 lakh. This has been reduced from this 1 lakh. So 1 lakh minus 20,000 minus 5,000 equal to 75,000. Okay, this is called as what? Eligible input or input services. Okay, eligible input or input services. I repeat. Okay, you have to take what? Total ITC. On this total ITC, fully eligible ITC you have to reduce. Number two, fully ineligible ITC you have to reduce. Sorry, fully eligible ITC for with regards to SEZ and export, that should be reduced. And fully ineligible ITC you have to reverse. And subject to section 75 you have to reverse. Remaining is called as what? Common input. On this common input, if you see, that is called as what? C. I use the word called as C. Into, we are going to reverse that ITC. Okay, this is called as C. So total turnover of XM supply divided by total turnover. Okay, total turnover on all supply. Okay, total turnover of all supply. It include taxable supply, it include XM supply, it include what? Zero data supply. So XM supply 20 divided by 100. Okay, that means what? 20,000, which is an ineligible. Okay, which is an ineligible. That one you should keep separately. If you use for purpose, business purpose and personal purpose, then you have to reduce by 5%. So into 5%, nothing but 5,000. So 20,000 plus 5,000. Okay, this is D1, D2. Okay, this is C. Okay, this is called as what? Eligible ITC. This is called as what? Eligible ITC. Eligible ITC how much? 75,000. Clear? So you have to do this for each and everything, for CGST, for SGST, for AGST, for UTGST. Okay, this you have to determine in where. Okay, so this ineligible ITC you have to reverse. Ineligible ITC you have to reverse, and this you have to furnish in annual return. You have to furnish in annual return properly. You have to do proper reconciliation. Okay, you have to do what? Proper reconciliation, that we'll see under matching concept. Okay, so this is all about section. Okay, this one something about section 17. We're just going to see one more scenarios under section 17, subject to rule 42. Subject to rule 42. It is subject to, okay, in regards of capital goods. In regards of capital goods. Okay, in regards of capital goods. Right. When it talks about capital goods, okay, such capital goods used for taxable supply, fully eligible. If it is for taxable goods, it is fully eligible. If it is taxable supply plus exempt supply, taxable supply plus exempt supply, you have to go by this provision. Okay, taxable supply plus exempt supply, you have to go by this provision. What is the provision, Patana? For example, it is what? How much? 1 lakh. Okay, so this, assume that this input tax credit is 3 lakhs. Okay, this input tax credit is 3 lakhs. Okay, right. So this input tax credit is 3 lakhs. Okay, ITC on capital goods is 3 lakhs. So this has to be divided by 60 months. Okay, this has to be divided by 60 months, nothing but 5 years. divided by how many months? 60 months. So 3 lakhs divided by 60 months, how much? So if you see 3 lakhs divided by 60 months, so how much? 50,000. Sorry, 5,000. 5,000 every month. 5,000 every month. So in every month, okay, this 5,000, you have to check how much is your XM supply. How much is your XM supply? That is your turnover. Okay, that is your turnover divided by total turnover. Divided by what? Total turnover. Okay, divided by what? Total turnover. So 5,000 is my monthly this month. Okay, into XM supply divided by total turnover. So you'll be assuming total turnover is 20 lakhs, like last example, and your sorry, XM supply is 20 lakhs, and total turnover is 10 lakhs for such month. Okay, that is 1 crore for such month, and 20 lakhs for such period. So here 5,000 into 20 lakhs divided by 100 lakhs. So so here how much? 20% is 1,000 rupees. It is ineligible ITC. Okay, ineligible ITC. This has to be reversed in such month. This has to be reversed in such month. Okay, because this 3 lakhs is you already taken this 3 lakhs as full ITC. 3 lakhs you have taken ITC on full ITC. Okay, assume that is for both taxable and that is taxable and non-taxable, whatever the case may be. You have taken full ITC. Now we are going to reverse only 1,000 rupees. Okay, month on month 5,000. On this every month you have to calculate. Okay, it is eligible only for 60 months. Okay, after 60 months you cannot reverse that ITC. Okay, so once this is over, you can ignore accordingly, right? This is number one. Number two. Okay, number two. So earlier it was XM supply. For XM supply, okay, if you purchase any capital goods, it is ineligible ITC. You cannot take ITC. For taxable supply, you can take full ITC. You can take what? Full ITC. Okay, same scenarios for XM supply and taxable supply. For both supply, if you're using that ITC, in that is capital goods, if it is purchased, you can take full ITC, but you have to reverse according to this provision. You have to reverse according to this provision. Okay. Number three, if it is an ineligible ITC, that is XM supply. If you fully for XM supply, then okay, what are the ITC on this capital goods? It is ineligible. What are the ITC for this capital goods which has been ineligible? So now this XM supply is converted into taxable supply. This XM supply is converted into taxable supply. Now, how you should utilize that ITC? How you should utilize this ITC? For example, I I purchased that material on okay 1/7/2017. Okay, that time it is an XM supply. That time it is an XM supply. I paid a ITC of 1 lakh. I paid ITC how much? 1 lakh. Okay. So here this XM supply is converted into taxable supply. Okay, XM supply is converted into taxable supply in the month of 1/1/2019. In the month of when? 1/1/2000. Sorry, in the month of 1/2/2019. In the month of when? 1/9/1/2/2019. So here, how to avail this ITC? How to avail this ITC? Excuse me. Sorry. Number one. Okay, number one. Okay, once again. Number one, if you see in here, okay, on this ITC, okay, so you have to reverse. You have to reverse. Okay, so you have to reverse how much pathina? Okay, so what I'm sure. Okay, so you have to reverse. Okay, 5% for every quarter. 5% for every quarter for such period. Okay, or part thereof. Okay, 5% for every quarter and part thereof. So 1/7/2017. Okay, that means what it is in July. July to September. October to or December, January to March. Okay, this is 2017. Okay, this is 2017. This is 2018. Okay, then June to July to September. Next, October to December. This is 2018. Okay, this is 2000. Sorry, this is 2018. Jan to March. Sorry, April to June. July to September. October to March. Sorry, October to December. Sorry, I'm just mistaking. Okay. Next one is January, because when it is January 2019. So year 2018, 2018, 2018. How many quarters? 4 quarters. Year how many quarters? 2 quarters. January to March, January to Feb. It is also part. You also consider as 1 quarter 2019. Okay, you have to consider as 1 quarter. So how many quarters? 2 plus 4, 6. 6 plus 1, how much? 7 quarters totally. How many quarters? 7 quarters. So you have to reverse 7 quarters. You have to reverse how many quarters? 7 quarters at the what rate? 5%. So 7 into 5, how much? 35% you have to reverse. 35% you have to reverse. So on this 1 lakh, so at the rate of 35%, okay, how much? 35,000. So remaining out of 65,000. Okay, this is the eligible ITC in the month of March. Okay, in the month of March. Okay, because it is up to February, it is what? It is an ineligible ITC. So in the month of March, you have to take up to, that is in the month of February, otherwise in the month of February. Okay, you can take, okay, you have to reverse. That is already you're not taken this 1 lakh ITC. You're not taken this 1 lakh ITC. Now you can take that 65,000 ITC as a full ITC. Or enjoy that full ITC. Okay. Assume that this 65 ITC only for taxable supply, no issue. Okay. Now exempt supply is fully converted into taxable supply. Now, certain condition we have seen that exempt supply partly, there is a certain supply. For example, hotel less than 1,000 not taxable, more than 1,000 taxable. Okay, like a condition based. Okay, like a condition based. In such cases, you have exempt supply also, you have taxable supply also, where this capital goods which has been AC, which has been used in room, okay, used for taxable as well as non-taxable. Now, this 65, okay, this 60,000 again shall be there is, you have to reversed. Okay, you have to divide it by how many months? 60 month. How many months? You have to divide it by how many months? 60 month. Okay, so okay, I just put one more quarter also, so that to round up figure. Okay, I'm instead of 1,7 I purchased, instead of 1,7 I purchased 1,15. So 1,5 na year, one more quarter na enadhu appo? April to, that is May to June. Okay, that is also 1 quarter. So how many quarters totally? 8 quarters. So 8 quarters na 40,000. Appo na evlo? 60,000. 8 quarters na 40,000. Then means 60,000. Okay, to round off the figure. So here how much? 60,000. I'm correcting all places 60,000. Okay. So 60 divided by 60, how much? 1,000 rupees. 60 divided by 60, how much? 1,000 rupees per month. 1,000 rupees what? Per month. Again, okay, this 1,000 also, when you're making for exempt supply as well as taxable supply in this month. Okay. So what are the exempt supply? From our example, it is 1 lakh. Okay, 1 lakh divided by how much? Sorry, 1 lakh is my total supply. Okay, exempt supply how much? 20,000. Exempt supply how much? 20,000. So now this is 1,000 rupees shall be taken here. So 1,000 into 1 lakh, sorry, 1,000 into 20,000 divided by 1 lakh. Okay, so ineligible input euro 200 rupees. Ineligible input euro 200 rupees in such month. Okay, so you have to calculate this like monthly basis. You have to calculate like this monthly basis. Okay, so this is what? Ineligible ITC. This is all about section 17. This is all about section 17. Okay, so sorry, one more scenario. Section 17, the last warrior point. In case of banking sector, okay, or NBFC. In case of banking sector or NBFC, this is subject to section 17.4. Okay, this is subject to what? Section 17.4. Okay, either you can reverse 50% ITC and you're eligible for 50% ITC. Okay, that you can do. Whatever ITC is there, for example, in this month you receive 1 lakh ITC now, 50,000 you can reverse and remaining 50,000 you are eligible for ITC. This is number one. Number two, otherwise you have to go by normal provisions. You have to go by normal provision, the above provision. Okay, subject to section 16. Okay, subject to what? Section 16, subject to section 17, etc., etc. You have to go by normal provisions. Okay, either you can opt this provision or either you can opt this provision. Once you opt this provision, you have to go by this provision only. Okay, otherwise you have to go by this provision only. Once you opt that any one provision, you have to go opt such provision only. So this is all about section 17(4). Okay, this is overall provision under section 16 and 17. I think clear.